everybody, and welcome to this new video. I know, it isn't ACNH this time. Shocker. No, today we are going to do a Disney Dreamlight Valley build. First ever build that I did working on the PC, because as we all know, the decorating on the Switch is a pain in the ass. So yeah, and I thought what better way to start with decorating than a festive build, considering Christmas is only a few days away. I know a lot of people are doing that right now, which isn't really surprising. I mean, we got all of these new furniture. Of course, everyone is excited to experiment with them, as am I. And that's why today we are going to do a Christmas / festive build in the Frosted Heights biome. Alright, first I'm gonna place down Kristoff's sleigh, because I really want to use that in this build, and I also want to use Kristoff's stall. And here you can see me just gathering some items that I think would work for this build. Obviously, of course, I'm gonna place down all of the festive items I currently have, which isn't a lot. I did go back and crafted a bunch for this build. You will see me place those down in a hot minute. But yeah, I'm just I really like to work with an open space, so I really have visually what I can work with. Yeah, this is me placing down all of the items that I crafted. But yeah, this just works really well for me, because this way I don't have to scroll through the catalog each time I think I need a new item. It also sets a challenge for me, you know. This is what I got to work with. This is what we this is all we have, and now that I have my selection of items, I'm just gonna move it down so we have an open space to work with, because otherwise there really isn't any room to work with, obviously. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly move all of those out of the way. And can I just say, how handy would it have been if we had the option to group select items when they are placed down? But alas, we don't. Alright, let's get on with this build. I wanted to make like a courtyard type thingy here with this coffee stool and Kristoff's material stall. So, and here you can see me place down a table. Now I know it doesn't make a lot of sense when you're out in the cold to sit outside at a table, but I figured it would be nice to have a place to sit down. And now that I've got the basic placement down, I thought it was time to add buffing. Now don't come for me in the comments saying, oh, it's so much easier than the way you're doing it. Okay, this is my first time placing buff, and for my first time I thought it wasn't that bad, so you know, don't hate on me. Right, now that we've got the basic shape down, I'm gonna move in these other chairs, and I'm gonna add in my Christmas tree. Now I played around a lot with this Christmas tree because I was super frustrated with the fact that I couldn't place this gift pile closer to the tree than I would have liked. So you can see me struggle with that for a hot minute, so I apologize beforehand for this. But yeah, it's gonna change around a whole lot before I'm finally satisfied with the placement of it. Yeah, so where it is now, I like the placement of it, but the gift pile is gonna change around a little bit. And then I realized I ran out of buffing, so I had to be creative. I had to craft a little bit more, not a lot because I didn't have enough snowballs, And then I needed to figure out what a better placement for Christopher's stall was. And I ended up deciding on this placement here. And now we do have enough pathing to make it look seamless. I did cheat a little bit because I didn't fully place it underneath the Christmas tree because I figured, well, nobody's gonna see that anyway. You can also see me struggle a little bit with these two tiles of pathing because I figured, oh, this is gonna be a nice entrance way to this courtyard because we are gonna be fencing this in a minute or so. But first we're gonna place down these pebbles, which is an idea I got from Fluz, aka Emma. I've seen her do that in her DDLV builds, and I think it really works effectively. So yeah, that's why I decided to do it in this build as well. And here you can see me get Christopher's stool in the right position. I added some barrels, some firewood, you know. He's gotta keep himself warm. And now I'm setting up the Santa Claus area. Now I know a one Yule goat doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's the only one I had at this time. I might end up going back in and add some more when I crafted more. But yeah, for now this is all that we have to work with. And here you can see me play around with this street light, but I ended up deciding to put it back there. And yeah, here you can see me remove the items that didn't work. And I also put the igloo next to Christopher's stall. I figured, well, if he had a long trip ahead, he might hunker down and sleep overnight in his igloo. I can't imagine sleeping in a structure that's made of ice is really comfortable, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And this is a moment where I started to struggle with the Christmas tree, the gift piles, and all the other items I wanted to add around it. I thought it was looking a little bit empty, and then I came across the stack of books that originally are in front of Merlin's house, and I thought these would look nice, but yeah, I was again really fed up with the fact that I couldn't place this gift pile closer to the Christmas tree, and that also didn't really work out with the stack of books. You know, I just bear with me. I struggled with it for a hot minute there. And I finally am happy with the placement of everything, but I felt like there was missing something. So I added the ball in. I also added some smaller furniture to the table. And this is me going through the page one last time. Okay, now that we've got this courtyard thing settled, I wanted to play around with the path leading from the courtyard to Christopher's stall. So I was trying out a light dirt path here, but I didn't really like how it was looking, so I ended up deciding that the pebbles would be a better option, so we're going for that instead. I'm also playing around with a few of these bigger rocks, but I ended up not deciding using them because they just were a little bit too big and bulky. And I thought a better bet for me was to use a lot of trees instead. yeah, so here I am placing down the snow-covered pebbles in the, in a curvature that I think the puffing would look right in. And then I'm going back in with the Forest of Valor pebbles to mix them in between. Just turning around a few of them so it looks a little bit more natural. Yeah, and now I am happy with the placement, so we're just adding in a bunch more foliage. This is me playing around with these big trees. I ended up not really realizing how big they are. And this is also a trick I learned from Emma. Placing down your trees first to get the size of tree you want. And I knew I wanted a lot of smaller ones in this build because otherwise it would be blocking the view a whole lot. So yeah, this is me trying to figure out a better way to place trees where I would like them and stuff. It's me searching for a small one again. But I think we are almost done with our tree placement. I'm also turning the camera to make sure they aren't cutting into the big trees, because it would look a little bit weird if it did. And now I'm going back in again with the pebbles because I thought, hey, maybe it would be nice to have a path leading up to the igloo as well. Just placing down some more smaller rocks here and there. And now we're onto foliage. I only specifically used the bushes and shrubs that are for the frosted height biome. I would have loved if we had like foliage that was covered with like a thin layer of snow, so that it would fit better within this biome, but sadly we don't have anything like that. So yeah, I went with the thing that I thought would work best. Yeah, now you can see me go in with the shrubs. Also again, only the frosted height ones. And I thought I wanted to use the Forgotten Lands one as well, but I wasn't really feeling the purple. It clashed really hard with all of the other colors that are going on. And this is me experimenting with the ferns, but they were all a little bit too green. And then I discovered the sunlit plateau grass, and I thought, well, they kind of look like frosted grass, like the dead looking, not very much alive grass anymore. I'm struggling to find the English word for it, so this is all I have to explain what I mean. Yeah, this is me just pondering a little bit and finally decide that it's time to add in my flowers that I dropped beforehand before starting with this build. And I mainly focused on all of the blue and white flowers that I thought would look nice. I also used the green passion lilies, which are native to this biome, just for a little bit more of color variation. That's all. And you can see at some moments here and there that I still struggled a little bit with the controls when it comes to building. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is my very first time decorating on the PC, so it takes a little bit of getting used to, but yeah, I think I managed alright. And then I noticed this small area on the right here that lacked a little bit of items, so I put in some of the cut off trees and the tree trunks and such, just to fill that space up a little bit more. And now I'm going back in with flowers again. I'm trying to leave quite a bit of open spacing here and there. And you can also see that I added a little bit to the left there. And here I thought I was finally done with this build. So yeah, here's the finished product. You can see that I added in a few bushes to the left there that I did not film, sadly. I'm just gonna leave you now with a few shots of the finished build. And well, this was the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and maybe a comment, and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell if you want to stay updated on future uploads. And yeah, well, bye bye, see you next time.